Admiral James Walker stood at the command center of the Earth Defense Ship Guardian, his eyes fixed on the massive display screen before him. The room was quiet except for the soft beeping of instruments and the low hum of computers. Earth's defensive fleet of 30 ships floated in formation around him, looking small but proud against the backdrop of space. "Sir, unknown ship approaching from Sector 7, reported Tom, the young radar operator. His voice was steady, but his hand shook slightly as he adjusted his screens. "It's big, sir. Really big." Walker nodded, straightening his blue uniform. He had trained for this moment his entire career. First contact. Real contact, not just radio signals or distant observations. He watched as the alien vessel emerged from the darkness of space, its silver hull gleaming in the sunlight. The alien ship was 3 times the size of their largest vessel. Its design was elegant and advanced, with smooth curves and glowing lines running along its hull. Small fighter craft buzzed around it like bees around a hive. The sight made several crew members gasp, but Walker kept his face neutral. "Incoming transmission, sir," called out Mary from communications. "They're broadcasting on all frequencies." "Put it through," Walker ordered, straightening his shoulders. The main screen flickered to life, revealing a tall, humanoid figure. The alien skin was a pale blue, and its eyes glowed with a deep red light. Gold markings covered its face, probably showing its rank or status. "I am High Commander Red-Eye of the Stellar Dominion," the alien announced, its voice translated by their computers. "We have come to assess your civilization's worthiness to join our empire." Walker stepped forward. "I am Admiral James Walker of Earth's Defense Fleet. We welcome peaceful contact with your people." Red-Eye's expression changed to something like amusement. His eyes scanned the human ships visible through his viewport, and he made a sound that could only be laughter. "These are your defensive vessels?" Red-Eye asked, not hiding his mockery. "We were told humans had achieved spaceflight, but these look like cargo containers with engines attached." Walker felt his crew's anger, but he kept his voice diplomatic. "We are a young spacefaring race, but we are proud of our achievements." "Proud?" Red-Eye snorted. "Your largest ship is smaller than our scout vessels. Your weapons are primitive fusion-based systems. Your shields—" He paused, looking at something off-screen. "You don't even have energy shields. You're using magnetic deflectors." The bridge crew shifted uncomfortably as Red-Eye continued his assessment. Several alien officers behind him were openly laughing now, pointing at their sensor readings of Earth's fleet. "High Commander," Walker said calmly, "size and appearance aren't everything. We believe in efficiency and—" "Silence." Red-Eye cut him off. "I've seen enough. Your species is barely out of its cradle. These ships are an embarrassment to space travel. I don't know why Central Command even bothered sending us to evaluate you." Walker's second-in-command, Captain Bill Green, stepped closer to him. "Sir, they're scanning our entire fleet. Should we raise our defenses?" "No," Walker replied quietly. "Let them look. Let them see exactly what we want them to see." Red-Eye was now speaking to his crew in his native language, apparently forgetting or not caring that the channel was still open. The universal translator caught phrases like "primitive monkeys" and "waste of fuel coming here." Finally, the alien commander turned back to the screen. "Earth vessels, consider yourselves lucky. We usually don't bother with civilizations this underdeveloped. However, your planet's location has some strategic value. You have 48 hours to prepare your global leadership for our arrival. We will discuss the terms of your integration into the Stellar Dominion." The transmission cut off abruptly, leaving the bridge in silence. "Well," Walker said, allowing himself a small smile, "that went exactly as expected." He turned to his communications officer. "Mary, send the coded message to command. 2 words. They bought it." As the crew watched, the massive alien ship moved into high orbit, its crew completely unaware that they had just made the biggest mistake in their empire's history. 6 hours after the first contact, Admiral Walker sat in the dimly lit underground command center beneath the Pacific Ocean. The room was massive, filled with military leaders from every major nation on Earth. Large screens covered the walls, showing the alien ship that now loomed over their planet. "They took the bait," Walker said, addressing the gathered leaders. "Their scans only detected our decoy fleet. They have no idea about our true capabilities." General Thompson, a tough-looking woman with gray hair, leaned forward. "And you're certain their scans can't penetrate the ocean's depths?" "Positive," Walker replied. "Our scientists have studied their scanning technology for years. They rely too heavily on space-based sensors. The ocean's mass blocks their readings completely." The main screen switched to show High Commander Red Eye's face. The alien leader looked even more smug than before. "People of Earth," he announced, his voice echoing through the chamber. "Your primitive civilization has been given a great honor. The Stellar Dominion has decided to accept your world into our empire. Resist, and we will destroy your pathetic fleet and turn your cities to ash." President Smith, a tall man with kind eyes but a stern expression, stood up. "And if we agree to surrender?" Red Eye's eyes glowed brighter. "Then you will serve as a resource world. Your people will work in our mines, your factories will produce our goods, and your military." He laughed. "Well, those toys you call ships will be scrapped for raw materials." The room erupted in angry mutters, but Walker raised his hand for silence. "And how long do we have to consider your generous offer?" he asked, keeping his voice neutral. "You have 48 hours, Red Eye replied. "Though I don't see why you need even that long. Your choices are simple: serve or die." The transmission ended, and the room burst into discussion. "Protocol Titan is ready," Walker announced, silencing everyone. He pressed a button on the table, and a 3D hologram appeared in the center of the room. It showed a massive ship hidden in the depths of the Pacific Ocean. "The Titan's hammer has been ready for 15 years. Our surface fleet may look weak, but they're actually highly advanced support vessels." "What about civilian casualties?" someone asked. "All major cities have their shield generators," General Thompson replied. "They're hidden underground, just like our real fleet. The moment the aliens attack, the shields will activate." Walker stood up and walked to the hologram. "For 50 years, we've prepared for this. Every nation worked together in secret. We built our real fleet underwater, away from prying eyes. We let the world think our space program was small and underfunded. We even leaked fake documents about budget cuts and failed projects." President Smith nodded. "And now they'd fallen for it completely." "Exactly," Walker said. "Their arrogance is their weakness. They think we're primitive because that's what we wanted them to think. Their entire battle strategy will be wrong." "Sir," a young officer burst into the room. "The alien fleet, it's growing. More ships are arriving through their faster-than-light portals." Walker smiled. "Good. Let them bring their fleet. Let them think they're overwhelming us. Every ship they bring is another ship that will witness what happens when you underestimate humanity." He turned to face the gathered leaders. "We have 48 hours. I suggest we use them wisely. Let's show these aliens why humanity has survived every challenge we've ever faced." As the meeting continued, more alien ships appeared in orbit. The Stellar Dominion was gathering its forces, preparing to crush what they thought was a helpless primitive world. Little did they know, deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, humanity's true power was waiting, ready to shock the galaxy. The sky above Earth had turned into a terrifying sight. Hundreds of alien warships filled the orbital space, their massive hulls blocking out the stars. Ground-based telescopes captured images that spread across the internet, showing the Stellar Dominion's fleet arranged in an attack formation. In the alien fleet's command ship, High Commander Red Eye watched Earth with growing impatience. 24 hours have passed, he said to his officers, And still these humans waste time pretending to consider our offer. Sir, his second-in-command said, our sensors are picking up strange energy readings from Earth's oceans. Red Eye waved his hand dismissively. It's just their primitive underwater vehicles. They're submarines, they call them. Not worth our attention. Down on Earth, Admiral Walker walked through a massive underwater hangar bay. The Titan's hammer hummed with power around him, its crew making final preparations. The ship was a marvel of engineering, stretching for miles through the ocean depths. Its true size would have shocked the aliens if they could see it. Status report, Walker commanded as he entered the bridge. All systems ready, sir, replied Captain Green. The support fleet is in position. Shield generators in all major cities are powered up but dormant. The aliens still haven't detected them. Walker nodded, watching the tactical display. Red dots showed the positions of enemy ships, clustering thicker and thicker around their world. And our special weapon systems. The gravity pulse cannons are charged. Quantum disruptors are online. All 24 plasma lance batteries report ready. Above them, the alien fleet continued to grow. Smaller ships darted between the larger vessels like angry wasps. On Earth's surface, millions watched the sky with worry, not knowing about the massive power hidden beneath the waves. Sir, an alien officer called out to Red Eye. We're detecting some kind of movement in Earth's oceans. The energy readings are getting stronger. Probably trying to hide their leaders underwater. Red Eye laughed. How primitive. Send a scout ship to investigate, and prepare the main fleet for attack formation. I'm tired of waiting. The alien scout ship descended through Earth's atmosphere, its sensors probing the Pacific Ocean. As it flew lower, its instruments began to show confusing readings. Command, there's something strange here, the scout pilot reported. The ocean floor. It's not matching our geological surveys. There's a massive void where there should be solid rock. More primitive deceptions, Red Eye said. Nothing their technology can do could possibly threaten us. Begin the attack countdown. We'll show them what happens to worlds that waste our time. In the Titan's Hammer's bridge, Walker received the message he'd been waiting for. Sir, they're beginning their attack preparations. Scout ship directly above us. Walker smiled. Perfect. They're exactly where we want them. He pressed a button on his command chair. All stations, this is Admiral Walker. Operation Rising Thunder is now active. Prepare for surface breach. Throughout the massive ship, crews rushed to their battle stations. Massive pumps began emptying the ballast tanks. Energy readings that had been carefully hidden for years now powered up to full strength. In orbit, Red Eye was about to give the attack order when his tactical officer shouted in alarm. Sir, energy spike from the ocean. It's off the scale. What? Red Eye turned to his view screen. Impossible. Show me. The ocean's surface began to churn. What the aliens had dismissed as primitive readings was about to become their worst nightmare. Humanity's greatest secret was about to rise from the depths, and the galaxy would never be the same. Deep underwater, Admiral Walker gave the final order. All hands, prepare for surfacing. Let's show these aliens what humanity is really capable of. The Pacific Ocean erupted. Massive waves spread outward as something enormous pushed up from the depths. The alien scout ship hovering above the disturbance tried to back away, but it was too late. A massive wall of metal broke through the surface, water cascading off its armored hull like waterfalls. In orbit, Red Eye stared at his view screen in disbelief. What? What is that? The Titan's hammer rose higher and higher. First came its command tower, larger than most skyscrapers. Then came the main hull, stretching for miles in each direction. The ship kept rising, revealing weapon systems larger than entire alien vessels. Gun batteries emerged from hidden compartments, and massive engines glowed with barely contained power. Impossible, Red Eye shouted. Where did they hide this? How did we not detect it? The scout ship looked tiny next to the rising behemoth, like a fly next to an elephant. As the Titan's hammer reached its full height, hanging above the ocean, Its true size became clear. The human vessel was bigger than the entire alien attack fleet combined. Inside the massive ship's bridge, Admiral Walker stood at the command station. Screens showed the panicked reactions of the alien fleet. "Send the message," he ordered. The communications officer nodded. "Broadcasting on all frequencies, sir." Walker's voice boomed across space, reaching every alien ship. "Attention, Stellar Dominion forces. You came to our world believing us weak. You mocked our ships and threatened our people. Now, let us show you humanity's true power." Red Eye's face appeared on the main screen, his previous arrogance replaced by shock. This is impossible. Your civilization couldn't have built this." 50 years ago, Walker replied calmly, "we detected your first scout ships at the edge of our solar system. We knew you were coming. Every nation on Earth worked together in secret, building our real fleet underwater, away from prying eyes. What you saw in orbit was just for show." The Titan's Hammer's weapons came online. Massive gun ports opened along its hull, each revealing cannons that could tear through alien ships like paper. Energy shields flickered to life, far more advanced than anything the Stellar Dominion possessed. "Sir," Captain Green reported, "the support fleet is in position." Walker nodded. The small fleet that the aliens had mocked now moved with purpose, taking strategic positions around the massive mothership. Their true purpose became clear. They weren't weak patrol ships, but highly advanced escort vessels designed to work with the Titan's hammer. In orbit, the alien fleet scrambled to form a defensive position. Red Eye barked orders, trying to organize his ships, but fear had taken hold. Some vessels were already turning away, preparing to flee. "You have one chance," Walker announced. "Leave our solar system. Never return. Tell your empire what you found here. Tell them that Earth is not weak. Tell them that we are not primitive." The Titan's hammer's main engines ignited, pushing the massive ship upward. Clouds parted before it as it rose toward the alien fleet. Sensor readings from the human vessel overwhelmed alien computers, showing power levels that should have been impossible for a primitive civilization. Red Eye's command ship backed away. "This isn't over." He tried to sound threatening, but his voice shook. "The Dominion will return with a larger fleet. We will." "No," Walker cut him off. "You won't, because now you know what waits for you here. And this," he gestured at his ship, "this is just one of our vessels." The alien commander's eyes widened in terror as he realized the truth. The humans hadn't just hidden one ship, they had hidden their entire true civilization. And now, that hidden giant was awake. Red Eye's command ship fired first, launching a barrage of energy weapons at the Titan's hammer. The beams, powerful enough to destroy small moons, splashed harmlessly against the human vessel's shields. The massive ship didn't even shake. "Their weapons are having no effect, sir," Captain Green reported with a smile. "Our shields are holding at 99.9%. Walker nodded calmly. "Show them what a real attack looks like. Target their lead ships. Minimal power only. We don't want to destroy them if we don't have to." The Titan's hammer's weapon systems came alive. Massive gravity pulse cannons powered up, their barrels glowing with blue energy. When they fired, they didn't shoot normal projectiles or energy beams. Instead, they fired concentrated gravitational waves that twisted space itself. 3 alien ships caught in the blast crumpled like paper toys. Their advanced hulls, designed to resist normal weapons, offered no protection against weapons that bent gravity itself. The ships didn't explode. They simply collapsed in on themselves. "Impossible," Red Eye screamed over the communication channel. "Those are forbidden weapons. The ancient laws." "We never signed your laws," Walker cut him off. "We never joined your empire. We developed our technology our own way, without your rules and restrictions." The alien fleet tried to coordinate an attack, but they had never faced anything like the Titan's hammer. Their formation, designed to overwhelm smaller ships, left them vulnerable to the human vessel's advanced weapons. The Earth's support fleet now showed its true purpose. The small ships that the aliens had mocked darted between their larger vessels, their primitive hulls suddenly revealing cutting-edge technology. They weren't armed with simple weapons. They carried quantum disruptors that shut down alien shields with surgical precision. "Sir," an alien officer reported to Red Eye, "we've lost contact with our entire left flank. Their weapons, they're using technology that shouldn't exist." Red Eye watched in horror as his mighty fleet fell into chaos. Ships that had conquered 100 worlds now tried desperately to retreat. But the human vessel's gravity weapons controlled the very space they needed to escape through. "All ships," Red Eye shouted, "fall back. Open emergency portals. We must warn the Empire." But the Titan's hammer wasn't finished. Its secondary weapons activated. Electromagnetic pulse cannons that didn't just disable electronics, but temporarily shut down the laws of electromagnetism in small areas. Alien ships found their portal generators useless, their engines sputtering out. "Attention Stellar Dominion forces," Walker broadcast again. "Your ships are disabled. Your weapons are useless. Your retreat is cut off. But we are not like you. We don't destroy those who can't fight back." The human ship's massive hull now glowed with strange lights, patterns of energy that hurt alien eyes to look at. The technology gap wasn't just a matter of weapons. The humans had developed whole branches of science that the Dominion had never imagined. "We offer you one chance," Walker continued. "Surrender, and you will be treated fairly. Resist, and we will be forced to demonstrate our full capabilities." Red Eye looked at his tactical display. Half his fleet was already disabled. The other half couldn't even scratch the human ship's defenses. And worst of all, the Titan's hammer's energy readings suggested it was operating at less than 10% of its full power. "This is High Commander Red Eye," he finally spoke, his voice shaking. "To all ships, stand down. I repeat, stand down." As the alien ships powered down their weapons, Walker turned to his crew. "Send word to the other facilities. Tell them to begin surfacing the rest of the fleet. It's time to show the galaxy that humanity is ready for the stars." The space around Earth had grown quiet. Disabled alien ships floated in orbit, their crews being evacuated to designated holding areas on the Titan's hammer. The massive human ship hung in space like a metal continent, its size still shocking the surrendered alien forces. But the greatest shock was yet to come. "Begin Phase 2, Walker ordered, his voice calm but firm. Across Earth's oceans, the water began to churn again. The Atlantic Ocean roiled and bubbled as another massive ship, identical to the Titan's hammer, rose from its depths. From the Indian Ocean came a third vessel, its hull gleaming in the sunlight. Red Eye, now standing on the Titan's hammer's bridge as a prisoner, watched in horror. "How many?" he whispered. "How many ships did you hide?" "Enough," Walker replied simply. "We knew the galaxy wasn't empty. We knew someone would find us eventually. So we prepared. Every ocean holds our secrets. Every deep-sea trench could hide a fleet." On the main screen, more ships continued to surface. Smaller vessels, but still massive by alien standards, emerged from hidden underwater bases. Earth's true navy was revealing itself, and it was larger than anything the Stellar Dominion had ever encountered. "But our sensors," Red Eye started. "We're looking up, not down," Captain Green explained. "Your people were so sure of your space superiority that you never thought to thoroughly check the oceans. A simple mistake, but a costly one." The captured alien crews watched in amazement as Earth's cities activated their hidden defenses. Shield generators rose from underground bunkers. Weapon systems emerged from beneath innocent-looking buildings. The entire planet had been a carefully crafted illusion. 50 years ago, Walker explained to his prisoner, "We detected your first probe at the edge of our solar system. We knew we weren't alone, and we knew we had to prepare. Every nation set aside their differences. We kept our space program small and public while building our real fleet in secret." Red Eye shook his head in disbelief. "The resources needed, The coordination required. We're very good at working together when we need to. Walker smiled. Your arrival united humanity like nothing ever has. We didn't know if you'd be friendly or hostile, so we prepared for the worst while hoping for the best. The main screen showed more human ships rising across the globe. Each one displayed technology far beyond what the Stellar Dominion had thought possible. Gravity drives, quantum weapons, and technologies that the aliens couldn't even understand. Sir, a human officer reported, all hidden fleets have surfaced. Final count, 7 major carrier groups, 20 support flotillas, and 3 Titan-class vessels. Walker nodded. Send word to Earth's capitals. Operation Rising Thunder is complete. We can begin Phase 3. Red Eye looked confused. Phase 3. Diplomatic outreach, Walker explained. We're not interested in conquest or revenge. Now that we've shown our strength, we want to establish peaceful relations with your empire. As equals, not as subjects. The alien commander stared at the human admiral, finally understanding. The humans hadn't just built a fleet. They had created a masterpiece of strategic deception. They had hidden their true nature so well that the Dominion had walked right into their trap. Your empire thought we were primitive because we wanted you to think that, Walker continued. Now you know better. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? As Red Eye watched more ships take position around Earth, he realized that the galaxy's balance of power had shifted forever. Humanity hadn't just defended itself. It had announced its arrival as a major galactic power in the most dramatic way possible. 1 month after the failed invasion, the grand meeting hall of the Stellar Dominion's capital world fell silent as Admiral Walker walked in. He wore his formal blue uniform, now decorated with new symbols showing Earth's status as a spacefaring power. Behind him walked his honor guard, wearing powered armor that made the alien security forces look primitive in comparison. Red Eye, now serving as Earth's guide in alien space, announced in a clear voice, "Representatives of the Stellar Dominion, I present Admiral James Walker of Earth, speaking for the United Nations of Terra." The alien council members whispered among themselves. Many had dismissed the reports of Earth's hidden power as exaggeration, but the human ships hanging in orbit above their capital world proved otherwise. The Titan's hammer and its sister ships had escorted Walker's diplomatic mission, their massive forms visible even from the planet's surface. Honorable Council, Walker began, his voice firm but friendly. I come with a message of peace, despite our rough first contact. The head counselor, an elderly alien with deep purple skin, leaned forward. Peace? After you humiliated our fleet, we defended ourselves, Walker corrected politely, and showed restraint in victory. We could have destroyed your ships, but we chose to disable them instead. All your crews were returned safely. The council chamber's main screen lit up, showing images from Earth. But instead of weapons and warships, it showed beautiful cities, peaceful landscapes, and humans going about their daily lives. We don't want war, Walker continued. We never did. We built our fleet for defense, not conquest. Now that we've proven ourselves strong enough to be respected, we want to be friends. A younger council member stood up. Friends? With primitives who hid underwater like fish. Red Eye surprised everyone by laughing. Primitives. They fooled our best sensors, defeated our strongest weapons. Their technology works in ways our scientists still can't understand. And you call them primitive. Walker smiled. We have much to offer. Our scientists have developed technologies your empire hasn't discovered. We've found new ways to use gravity, new ways to travel through space. We can share this knowledge. The council room burst into excited discussion. The promise of new technology was tempting, especially after seeing how effective it was in battle. But, Walker held up his hand, we will only share with friends, not masters. Earth joins the galactic community as an equal or not at all. The head counselor studied the human admiral for a long moment. And if we refuse, then we return home, close our borders, keep our secrets, But I don't think you want that. Your empire is vast, but it's not growing anymore. You need new ideas, new technologies, new ways of thinking. We can help each other." Hours of discussion followed. As the day ended, the Council reached its decision. Earth would be recognized as an independent power, equal in status to the stellar dominion. Trade routes would be established, cultural exchanges arranged, and diplomatic relations formalized. As Walker left the chamber, Red-Eye walked beside him. "You planned this all along, didn't you? The hidden fleet, the show of force, even the mercy and victory. It was all to reach this moment." Walker nodded. Earth's leaders knew we needed to make a strong first impression. Better to show strength once than fight endless wars to prove ourselves. Looking up at the night sky, where human and alien ships now flew together, Walker smiled. "The galaxy's a big place, Red-Eye. Too big for wars and empires. It's time for something new, something better." In the years that followed, humanity's impact on galactic society grew steadily. Other alien races, hearing of the humans who had outsmarted the mighty Dominion, sought Earth's friendship. The age of conquest was ending. A new age of cooperation and mutual respect had begun, thanks to the humans who had hidden their greatest strengths until the perfect moment.